I want to show you something. This is one of my most successful trades. I made over 6 figures from it. It took about 3 weeks to play out. And this trade, on the other hand, I lost around $60,000 from it. It was the same plan as my biggest winning trade. So when I lost that trade, it really made me question everything. So when it comes to trading, can you actually achieve consistent profits and have a life as a trader? Is it possible to find that balance? Or are we all doomed to be stressed out, screen addicted zombies? First of all, why should you even listen to some random nobody like myself? Well, it's true. I'm not some trading guru with a private jet and yacht, but I've been in the trenches just like you. I've been trading for over 5 years now, and I've also made a good amount of money in that time. And for those of you complaining about the numbers, here's the numbers for you. How much I made in 2021 and how much I made in 2022. At the end of the day, there's thousands of YouTube videos out there, and they all say sort of the same thing. You know that you need some sort of strategy. You know you need to know some technical analysis. And you know you can't go all into each trade. What I want to talk to you about though is something that those videos don't really talk about. And something I think will help you out a lot more with your trading in general. All of those indicators and strategies won't save you if you don't understand the psychology of trading. So to help explain it, I'm going to use the aid of my whiteboard. And heads up, I'm not an artist, but this should do the job. So this is my simple and straightforward guide on how to succeed with trading. If you can get your head around these ideas, you'll do fine with trading. Okay, so let's start with the first idea, which is chasing the green trap. So picture this. You start trading, you get lucky, or maybe you have a little skill, and you nail a profitable trade. Boom, your confidence starts soaring. But then you want to replicate that feeling, right? So you start thinking, oh, money. I love money. How can I make more money? So you start trading more often, maybe taking on more risk, and you fall into that loop of over trading. And that's when the real trouble starts. You start to fall down the rabbit hole of looking for YouTube video after YouTube video, trying to find the perfect strategy. And you just fall for these BS guru courses telling you that their way of trading is the only way of trading. And you kind of go in this cycle right here. You think that when you watch these videos, you can go back to making your easy profits again. But the more you go through this cycle, looking for all types of strategies on YouTube and then make some profits, but then you end up going back to YouTube because you realize the profits you're making are not the profits you actually want. The end result? Frustration, blowing up accounts, and questioning your sanity. But these YouTube videos have you believing you can quit your job as soon as you start trading. And this has people confused. I literally went down this rabbit hole in the beginning of my career countless times. And it took me like a year to actually break out of it, which was my first profitable year that I showed you guys, where I made around $260,000. But the reality is that you see all these people online and you don't know how long it took them to get there. You're just seeing their chapter 100. And you can't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 100. And once you accept that, then we can move on to the next part of this whole thing, which is the trader's trilemma. Before I accepted this, I was trying to achieve high profitability, the dream of hitting giant home runner trades, the freedom to do whatever I want, and the peace to be stress-free with my trading. But you can realistically only optimize for 2 of these 3 things. You can't have the high profitability without having to sacrifice some of your well-being. Plus, trying to chase that peace of mind might cause you to miss out on opportunities that require taking calculated risks. And if you're chasing freedom, you're going to have to accept lower but consistent returns. So we have to accept that we really only get 2 of these 3 things. For me, I'm more towards the freedom and stress-free. A little bit of high profitability is fine. Like sometimes I'll hit a 1 to 4 and a 1 to 5. But chasing that all the time will just lead you to losing a lot of money. At the end of the day, neither one of these 2 options that you pick is wrong. At the end of the day, it's up to you to pick whatever you want and let the success play out. You can start doing this for as long as you want, using it as a side income, And if you're happy with that, that's probably the best way to go. I mean, I've helped dentists and doctors do this. So if you're not trying to make crazy money, but a good addition to your 9 to 5, then you can do that. But if you want to do this like a job for you, let's say, or a business, which I like to say better, where you're bringing in full-time income for yourself and living off of it like I have, then that's also fine too. Just be smart about it and realize you can't go about this in a naive way. You have to accept the cards that were handed to you, which brings me to the most important part of this diagram: having a sustainable edge. So, how do you build a sustainable edge that allows you to trade profitably and maintain your sanity? It all starts with looking at the cards you were dealt. What are you naturally good at? What are you terrible at? Are you patient or impulsive? Data-driven or intuitive? The key is to play the cards that you were dealt, not the ones that you wish you had. For example, if you're patient and you also work, let's say a 9 to 5 or something, so you're not able to scalp the market during peak hours, then swing trading might just be for you. But let's say you're quick thinking. You can look at the charts, you're decisive, and you can actually handle the stress. Then scalping and intraday trading can work for you. You just need solid risk management. If these are the cards you were dealt, then you have to use them. This is how you'll separate yourself from that big percentage of traders that fail when they get into this game. If you can figure out what your strengths and your weaknesses are and play to those strengths, you're going to be a way better trader. So, in review, avoid the chasing green trap. Stop hopping from strategy to strategy and seeking instant gratification. Understand the trader's trilemma. Make conscious choices about what you're actually willing to sacrifice. And start to develop a sustainable edge. Play to your strengths and prioritize long-term consistency over short-term gains. Okay, so we talked about the mental game, right? But what if you could remove the emotion entirely? What if you could trade someone else's already profitable strategy basically on autopilot? And that's why I created an AI trading bot that's based on my already proven strategy that I've been profitable with for over 5 years now. And it removes all the emotion from the equation. And this past month, it's already 9 for 9. And yes, I know, past performances isn't a guarantee of future result, but it's proof that this thing actually works. So if you want to access that, just click the link in my description. But if you found value from this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to see the bot in action, click right here. Until next time.